Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare. Jashodanandan Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandan Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachare Jamuna Tira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhare Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachare Jamuna Tira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jayam Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shata Shishimad His Divine Guru Srila Bhaisharana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Deputy Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shata Shishimad His Divine Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजमी वृंदावन धाम की जय नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय जमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी महारानी की जय समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. $11, $12, or $13. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 11, and text number 13. So this is the story of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj was very fond of his step brother. He didn't have any animosity. While he was doing the tapascharya to obtain the mercy of the Lord, and the Lord granted him audience, fulfill his desires, to give more bigger than his father's, kingdom. That is the entire Dhruva planet, which is having the life cycle of Brahma. So Brahmalok and Dhruvalok are said to be non-different, right? But he heard, he came back, and assumed the position because everybody came to know Dhruv was very fortunate. But he came to know that his brother was killed by yakshas. He became very angry because of, see, the bodily attachment is continued even after having the audience with Lord Vishnu. So, out of that affiliation, bodily connection, Dhruv decided to exterminate the entire race of the yakshas. So, that was not the plan of the Lord, because whatever Krishna has devised, the yakshas and rakshasas are coming in demoniac family, and they are also the Brahma's progeny. So the rulers are completely indifferent. They do not discriminate. And everybody has their equal share to exhibit their individuality. All right. But the devotees are of completely different. Now, Dhruva is a devotee. And he cannot exhibit this kind of anger to exterminate the whole race of yakshas. So, Manu, being the grandfather, great-grandfather, Uttanpad, Manu is grandfather of Dhruva. So Uttanpad is his son, and Uttanpad's son is Dhruva, all right, with Suniti. So the grandfather comes to make him understand. So in the previous verse, it tells, because you are a pure devotee of the Lord is always thinking of you, and you are also recognized by his confidential devotees. Your life is meant for exemplary behavior. I am therefore surprised, why have you undertaken such an abominable task? So today's verse is Titikshaya Karunaya Maitra Cha Akhila Jantushu Samatvena Cha Sarvatma Bhagavan Samprasidati Titikshaya Karunaya Maitra Chakhila Jantushu Samatvena Cha Sarvatma Bhagavan samprasidati. Titikshaya karunaya maitrya chakhila jantusu samatvena cha sarvatma Bhagavan samprasidati. Titikshaya karunaya maitrya chakhila jantushu samatvena cha sarvatma Bhagavan samprasidati. Anybody? No? Titikshaya by tolerance, Karunaya by mercy, Maitreya by friendship, Cha also, Akhila universal, Jantushu unto the living entities, Samatvena by equilibrium, Cha also, Sarva Atma the super soul, Bhagavan the personality of Godhead, Samprasidati becomes very satisfied. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is very satisfied with His devotees when the devotee greets other people with tolerance, mercy, friendship, and equality. It is the duty of advanced devotee in the second stage of devotional perfection of act in accordance with this verse. There are three stages of devotional life. In the lowest stage, a devotee is simply concerned with the deity in the temple and he worships the Lord with great devotion according to the rules and regulations. In the second stage, the devotee is cognizant of his relationship with the Lord, his relationship with the fellow devotees, and his relationship with the persons who are innocent, and his relationship with the person who are envious. Sometimes devotees are ill-treated by envious persons. It is advised that as an advanced devotee should be tolerant. He should show complete mercy on the persons who are ignorant or innocent. A preacher devotee is meant to show mercy to the innocent persons whom he can elevate to devotional service. Everyone by constitutional position is an eternal servant of God. Therefore, a devotee's business is to awaken everyone's Krishna consciousness. That is his mercy. As for a devotee's treatment of other devotees who are his equals, he should maintain friendship with them. His general view should be to see every living entity as part of the Supreme Lord. Different living entities appear in different forms of dress, but according to the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, a learned man sees all living entities equally. Such treatment by the devotee is very much appreciated by the Supreme Lord. It is said, therefore, that a saintly person is always tolerant and merciful. He is a friend to everyone and never an enemy to anyone. He is peaceful, and there are some of the good qualities of the devotees. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitan Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jatapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrinda Ishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha kalpatarupascha kripasindabhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Titikshaya Karunaya Maitriya Chakhil Jantushu Samatvena Sarvatma Bhagavan Samprasidate. The Lord is very satisfied with his devotees when the devotee greets other people with tolerance, mercy, friendship, and equality. These are some of the 26 qualities of a devotee, a pure devotee. Is endowed with many other qualities also. But one who is not a devotee, as an impersonalist, they can also cultivate some of these traits. They are called somatic symptoms, apparent, shown by the body. Okay? One which is very difficult to identify is not in them, the Mayavadi sannyasis. We are supposed to honor them also, because we are not their enemies. They might be Krishna's enemies. So therefore, we do not give much presence, predominant to them. They can visit, but we cannot insist that they should bow down in front of the Lord. They stand. They do not even fold their hands. They have audacity to insult our deity worship by telling, Krishna, what are you standing and what are you doing here? Don't you understand that I am sitting in your heart? It's completely other way around. All right? Mayavadis are Krishna Aparadis. But when they come to have audience, devotees want to retain their devotional service without any offense. Offense is an overreaction, which is supposed to be under control. All right? It's called offense. That you commit an offense means you go out of your boundary. All right? And that is not pleasing to Krishna. Anarthas are there. They are hidden in our heart. Okay? Others may not know, because others also have anarthas. But a devotee, in association with the devotee, can remove the anarthas, because everyone has a different kind of anartha, and if they have somebody matching, so he can get support and encourage. Oh, how did you become so free from this anartha? I have the same. Please tell me. So, Just like we have a proverb, you need a thorn to take out a thorn. You need a thorn to take out a thorn. Kata kate ko nikale. Because you need something sharp object like that, and if a splinter has gone in your skin, it disturbs you, but you should take it out. So, association of the devotees, we will be able to remove the anarthas, because somebody must have been successful in taking out a particular anartha. So a devotee becomes candid to associate, to take benefit for his success and increase his purity. So, because one has gained the rule of the entire, Dhruva planet, yet Brahma's activities he could not take it. He had the Brahma's life also, but duration of life, you are stuck with it. And Dhruva Maharaj understood that, that is a bad bargain, and he wanted to change his opinion or desire. And Lord Vishnu says, oh, forget it. Uh, uh, you asked for it, you got it. Now you can't withdraw. He said, but what about the Maya that will be, I have to deal? Please give me one more boon. That even though I am ruling for a lifetime of Brahma, please make sure that I won't become subjected to Maya. Protect me from Maya. Now, Brahma's position is completely different. Brahma sometimes become in Maya because of Rajogun. But Dhruva Maharaj also had the Rajogun. Out of Rajogun, he was so much angry and insulted by Suruchi, his stepmother, and in the mode of goodness, his own mother, Suniti, told Dhruva, yes, she is correct. You must go and search for Vishnu. He will fulfill your desires. All right? So, Dhruva, being son of King Uttanpad, they are filled with mode of passion. And mode of passion, when it overrides the goodness, then transgression in devotional service will be there. So, Dhruva Maharaj was very furious because his attachment to his stepbrother, and he wanted to take the revenge. And he was exterminating the whole race of the Yakshas, because he heard some Yaksha killed him. And therefore, the entire Yaksha clan has to be exterminated. That's not fair. If he's so determined, he could have found out one Yaksha and punished, then he would not incur that much, karmic reaction. But the action which was done in the mode of passion, even by those who have been granted audience with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he was successful to satisfy his material desire, the higher aspect of entanglement he knew, but still impelled by the mode of passion, he put himself into a dangerous position. Uh, so Manu Maharaj is telling that you are a devotee. Don't forget that you are a devotee. Because Lord Vishnu was very pleased with you, with your austerities, even in that young age, and he granted your desire. So you should be satisfied with that. How come uh, you are taking disadvantage of that benediction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to exterminate his own progeny known as Yakshas also? Every living entity is given a body according to his desire. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajante ante kalevaram tam tam tamaivaiti kaunte sada tad bhava bhavita. So yakshas are in the 10th creation along with the demigods and demons. So 3 clans were created. Now, demigods were preferential treatment by Brahma. So they all got their bodies. Other living entities, man and Pashu, everybody got them. But because the Yakshas and Rakshas in their subtle body, they were, attacking Brahma from the behind. They say, just kill him because he is not doing preferential job. He is ignoring us. Brahma is ignoring us. So some say, kill him, and others say, what do you do after killing? Eat him. So those who said kill him, they become yakshas, and those who want to eat him became rakshas. This is the origin, right? So Dhruv, as a human being, very fortunate to be the grandson of Manu and Shatarupa. So, lot of, prestige and preferential situation in favor of him. And he became devotee by the mercy of Narad Muni. Right? But that is Sakama Buddhi. And he did Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajat Purusham Param. He did it. He performed very acute austerity. Now to perform austerity, that was application of mode of goodness, tolerance of everything external. How come this subtle desire is lingering and could not tolerate? So it becomes controversial. So in devotional service, one has to examine that such subtle desires can pop up anytime if they are unchecked. If they are unchecked, they can pop up again. Otherwise, why Dhruv became so much disturbed hearing the death of his brother? So, in the material world, whether Brahma Bhuvanan Loka Punaravarti, no Arjuna, everything is rotated, but everything is under the influence of the 3 modes of material nature, and one has to overcome it to become a devotee. Now, Sakam Bhakti, that Dhruv was the example, is quite different than Nishkam Bhakti. Sakam Bhakti is for one's own pleasure, one's benefit. Nishkam Bhakti is for the pleasure of Lord Shri Krishna. So there is a distinction. But the rules of devotional service are so stringent that Um, you can't become half-cooked. That's you have to come out from the stage of Sakam to Niskam. Mm. Uh, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that uh, um, Jnana Kand, Karma Kand, Jnana Kand, Sarva Vedera Bhand, are ek Krishna Bhakta Ata Eva Nishkam. Veda is full of three modes of material nature in its effect. And Srimad Bhagavatam, even though it is part of the Veda, but it is coming out like a separate cream or the nectarian, doesn't have any contamination. The three modes of material nature contaminate. All right? So, a devotee's qualification is to be that he must be soul surrendered to Lord Shri Krishna. In Mayavad, a person can also develop other symptoms. All right? So here it is said, because Dhruva, you are a devotee. Lord is very satisfied with his devotees. And devotees show full 26 qualities whenever it is needed. But the only distinguishing characteristics between a devotee and Mayavadi is that a devotee is soul surrender to Krishna, and Mayavadis cannot vouch that. They are not soul surrender to Krishna. So animosity is there, enviousness. In Srimad Bhagavatam it says that they may think that they either become one with the Brahmajyoti, because Mayavadi says, no, Krishna's form is Maya. Krishna comes as an avatar. Bhagavatam says, no. Is Satchidananda Vigraha, which is not made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. So, a devotee is very, very aware. And how do you treat the others? In the third canto, yesterday also we discussed about how a pujari, his puja does not reach to Krishna. It's simply mechanical, a showboat. The purpose is to cultivate these divine qualities of interaction with the Paramatma in deity. So, for him, the deities are always live and reciprocator. Deity is always reciprocate. That's why the body of the deity is called Vigraha. It looks like human body. In Ayurveda, there are about 13 names of the body. 13 names. Krishna uses in Bhagavad Gita, Dehi no asmin yatha dehe kaumaram. So deha, what is meant by deha? Jiryate shiryate iti deha. Jiryate grows and it dwindles. Growth and destruction, both are included in that body. So Dehi, Deha, then Sharir is another name. No, sorry. Chiyate iti Deha and Jiryate Shiryate Sharir. Chiyate, the one which is always exist in the form that is capable to fulfill one's desire, called Deha. But the Deha is compulsory going under Kaumaram, Yavaram, Jara. All right? The changing of the body, the Deha. But Jiryate, Shiryate, iti Sharira. Jiryate, Shiryate means anabolic and catabolic reactions are happening in that body. Means the chemical reactions, biochemistry. I was a biochemist and all that. But the anabolic means constructive activities, and catabolic means destructive activities are happening in the body. Therefore, it is called Sharira. Varshma is another name. Varshma means one which is capable to create another body. It's called Varsha. Another name is Tanu. Means the gross body is called Tanu. We name even our girl as Tanuja. Ja means born of this body. It's called Tanuja. Anuj and Tanuj. Two names are for the boys. So, similarly, Vigraha is also another name. Vigraha is the name of the body that reciprocates with your sentient feelings. It's called Vigraha. Murti, Murta means made up of dead elements. It's called Murti. So, Vigraha is very important. And devotee is sensitive always for reciprocation of Krishna by his deeds. So cultivation of all these 26 qualities in a devotee is very important. And he should act. Just like we said yesterday, that if a pujari who is doing Vigraha Seva, and he must be exchanging his sentient feeling with that's why the attachment is there. Pujaris also become attached to the deity worship. But he has to rise above also. So generally, a pujari doesn't, transgress any rules and regulations, and always mindful of Kshama Yachana in case knowingly or unknowingly he might have performed. So because there is a reciprocation in the Shastra, Krishna says, Nami Bhakta Pranashyati. So devotee expresses this. Yes, my dear Lord, please forgive me if I have done mistakes in your worship, knowingly or unknowingly. Kindly forgive me. It's a part of devotional service to beg forgiveness. Because with gross body, imperfect body, we are doing the service, we are given chance, but to improvise the sentient feelings to get proper reciprocation. Otherwise, It's a failure. So Mayavadis, they also send so many pujaris from Haridwar, and in our temples, they occupy a place as pujari, paid pujari. It becomes a profession. But because they are not following 100% strict rules and regulations of deity worship, they say this is murti. Murta means dead elements. So devotees are becoming very mindful. There are offenses created. Arche Vishnu Shiladhi, Gurusu Narmati, or Vaishnaver Jatir Buddhi, Naraki. Three things are told. If you worship Archa Vigraha, Vishnu, Shiladi, oh, he is a stone. Even though I'm doing seva, he doesn't know. I'm going in a very poor condition. What is this? Pujaris do fight. They become angry. If somebody gives him, but there are no fixed prices. But now paid pujaris are there, so fixed prices are there. From Fiji, we have a store, so they asked me, Maharaj, you are coming, so can you bring us some Nashing Kavachas? Because there is a big demand and we can supply them. So I said, okay, I purchased empty shells. It costed me 80 rupees per piece. All right? Then I told one pujari that can you just do the havan, do the mantra, and put the ashes. I said, Maharaj, I will charge 350 rupees per one. Okay, wow. You can get ready-made in Mayapur in 250. Or you can get it from there. But here the price is like that. I said, what kind of pujari are you? I said, we are professionals. We are professional. Another pujari is he is really suffering, but he becomes angry if he is paid less. And he fights with the host. So, devotional character is to tolerate and just depend upon whatever somebody is giving. No. He has to compete with others. I told him, I can do havan myself. I can do, why should I give you 350 rupees? It doesn't cost me what's called semi-silver, locket is there. I can fill it out too. You do not know how to do service, I said. Where in the ISKCON law this has been granted to you? I said, take it or leave it, Maharaj. The world is changing. Okay. This is the condition of junior devotees. They want to become professional. They think this is a profession. We are not professional reciters. We are not professional money collectors. But everywhere, these things are, penetrating as the agents of Kali are there. Nake tilak, gale mala, eotto ache kalichela. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that. So, yastu narayanam devam brahma rudradi daivatam samatvena vikhyeta sa pakhandi bhavedruvam. He becomes a hypocrite. Everything is same. Maya and Krishna, they are there. But jahan Krishna tahi nahi Maya radhika. So they are trying to compromise between the Maya. So that is not a devotional character. It opposes the devotional character. If you become too angry, too revengeful, these 26 qualities are reminded to Dhruv Maharaj. Because that pleases Lord Shri Krishna, not otherwise. And these are the discrepancies, these are the anarthas. We are investing anarthas instead of removing the anartha nivrutti. Anything goes in ISKCON. That's it. And you have to compromise. There are kirtaniyas and stage show devotees, children, second generation. To put up a show, they charge lakhs of rupees. Did you bring somebody here from India? Yeah, yes, someone. There is no devotion. Under the garb of devotee, they opened up a market because there was no competitors in this field, semi-religious. So like that, samartya buddhyo asuyo sarvadevo maya guru. Sarvadevo maya guru. They even insult Guru. They don't care for Guru. They think once they take Diksha, that's it. They think, I have conquered. And that devotee will never come around again. He will start creating his own empire under the so-called the name and tag behind him. Like that. Many are there. And many have become kathakars without any authority. Because it's not only their livelihood, but they make money. So it is not a devotional quality. It doesn't come under the 26 qualities. Mitabhashi and mitabhuk, both things are there. That he should speak only precisely when it is asked for, not otherwise. And mitabhuk means he should take only what is necessary. This is prasada. But sometimes people are obsessed, even for Mahaprasad. Before Srila Prabhupada took initiation from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1930s or 32 or something like that, He was known as Abhay Babu because he was attached to Gaudiya Math. But prior to that, he was in final year BSc in Scottish Churches of College in Calcutta. And Subhash Chandra Bose was also one standard ahead of him. This is in the biography. But what I'm telling you, the incident is prior to that, because one of my friend in New York, I don't know whether he's still there or not, his name is Dr. Sukumal Rai Chaudhary. Sukumal Rai Chaudhary. And he's a Bengali. So he was in Bagh Bazaar to appear for his matriculation examinations. So center must be Calcutta, and so he was there. At that time, the Gaudiya Math Sanchalak, wanted to take off and called, Abhay Babu, can you please come and stay here for a few days and oversee the activities? So Srila Prabhupada went. So Dr. Sukumal Rai Chaudhary remembers a specific thing, and he would tell us. He's a good friend of mine, So he would tell us that this happened. That in the Gaudiya Math, there was the head cook. His name was Bhokta. Bhokta. Bhokta means enjoyer. All right? And it was rightful name because he would not distribute Mahaprasad to anybody. He gorged himself. All right? So the rest of the devotees staying there, they would not get, even though they ask, he will buzz them off. So Srila Prabhupada's demeanor was very respectful at that time also. So they thought, let's go to Abhay Babu and explain that he should spare some Mahaprasad. But he is very haughty, like that. So Prabhupada decided at that time he will not take prasad. He will not take. He fasted. And when the Rajbhog and other, preparations and the people were supposed to take the prasadam, the first one should go to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, I'm not taking prasad today. Oh, why? It's not Ekadashi, nothing. No, Prabhupada did not say anything. But he became example that he will fast. And slowly, nobody was taking prasadam. So Bhokta was completely upset. Why nobody is taking prasadam? But finally he came. Somebody told him, the rest of the devotees complained about you for Mahaprasad. And Bhokta started repenting himself. He came to Srila Prabhupada, admitted that, my dear Lord, Abhay Babu, I'm sorry. I will not do that again. But please take prasadam. Otherwise, nobody's eating. So, apani acharite sikhailo bhagavad dharma. That is the principle. Prabhupada was known that. So this doctor, he became a scientist. He was in UK and then he migrated to USA. So in 1976, we came to know, and he became our friends because there were very few, Indians participating. Life membership was there. So we became life member. He also became life member and we became close. And he would tell this story to us, all right? Exemplary behavior. He was fond of Srila Prabhupada. He reintroduced himself to Srila Prabhupada when he came in 1976 during Rath Yatra. He also frequented at that time to India because he invented the hydrogen fuel, bringing out from heaps of garbage. So Indira Gandhi's government was interested. So he met her. They wanted his patent. And they would not, budge to give him any money. So he said, I'm not interested. Foreigner, he wants to make money too, all right? So Dr. Sukamal Rai Chaudhary visited in 77 in January also. Then Prabhupada went very sick. So he also went to see him in Mayapur in May. He met Srila Prabhupada on 22nd May, where appointment of the future gurus were being discussed with the GBCs. And there are tapes available, And Prabhupada wanted. So when he went on 22nd May, Prabhupada told him, you are chanting? He said, yes. Oh, that's good enough. All right? So he thought Prabhupada approved him. So he came back, and next day the appointment tapes, Prabhupada telling about 11 names were there. They have to take up the role of Ritvik in presence of Srila Prabhupada. Then they will become, after Prabhupada left the body, they will become regular gurus. This is plain and simple instructions are there in the tape. But he told Jayapataka Maharaj, Jayapataka, you initiate Sukumal Roy Chaudhary. All right? Now, these were the talks. And later, after Prabhupada left the body, appointment tapes, what they call, started coming out because they were completely confused. Prabhupada wanted, everybody to get initiated before he leaves the body. That's why the arrangement is there. And those who are local GBCs, they should take the responsibilities. So there were 11 GBCs at that time. So things started. So Sukumal Roy Chaudhary was approached to take initiation from Jayapataka Maharaj. He said, Prabhupada never told me. Prabhupada never told me. And appointment tapes were not available, so they could not say anything. So again, the American body and Indian body, bodily conception entered into Sukumal Roy Chaudhary. It says, Prabhupada could initiate me. But no, this was, Prabhupada wanted you to get initiated. During the lifetime of Srila Prabhupada, he was approached, but he denied. because Prabhupada didn't tell him. So that's a kind of, self-righteous, over-righteousness. That is not the quality of a devotee. That's a Western pattern, that you can't trust the word of Srila Prabhupada. And devotees would not lie. They go by the words, and they are recorded words. Who can interpret this? But the Ritviks did interpretation. So what kind of devotees are there? So Guru Sunarmati, Vaishnavir Jatir Buddhi, Guru Sunarmati. And this comes as an envious mentality. Samartya buddhyo asuyo. Sarva deva maya guru. That person is Martya Buddhi. Martya Buddhi means dead intelligence, not active, proactive for the pure devotee. So Martya Buddhi. Asuyo means envious. So these are the principles upon which we can understand that whatever may come, but bodily conception, subtle or say national bodily conception. How much faith should I put in this American guru? How much do I do this? There are so many situations come and we take a wrong decision on that. Guru is never to be, understood on the qualification on bodily conception of life. That is Martya Buddhi. The Shastra is very, very confirmed on this kind of subject matter, and Dhruv has to be educated too. Austerity was the means of attainment of Lord Shri Krishna. That was in Satya Yoga. Dhruv happened to be in Satya Yoga. So, because he was not only the kid, generally children do not have intelligence, right? And nor that is Balahat and Rajahat. The two things are there. Hat means stubborn, dead in opinion. You can't explain to the children. No, they will cry. They want to get it, even though if it is not beneficial to them. So similarly, Dhruva was having this passionate obstinate, passionately obstinate. And that is disqualification for a pure devotee. Dhruv was Sakam devotee. He is not considered in the pure devotee form. He became pure devotee afterwards. So like that. So here also, when his grandfather is advising him the qualities of the devotee, he has to understand. So, any question or comments? Acharya mam vijaniyat namartev karhichit. Who is an acharya? Uh, Avamanya means disregarding. To disregard the instructions of spiritual master is the third offense. So Shastra says, Acharya mam vijaniyat. Mam, Krishna says, he is my embodiment. Avamanyeva karhichit. Never disregard him. Avamanya. Don't oppose him. Samartya buddhyo. Those who oppose him, they have dead intelligence. Asuyo means envious. Sarvadeva Maya Guru. He is the leader of all the demigods. He is the sum total of all the demigods. All the demigods are residing in his embodiment. That is called Acharya. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have a couple questions. For Dhruva Maharaj's, you were just mentioning that when the Lord gave him darshan, at that time, the Lord touches his conch to his head and all the knowledge is transferred. But then he also gets very upset with the yakshas and he wants to completely erase the race of yakshas. So how do we understand this? Like Dhruva Maharaj has the knowledge but is not able to implement, or the swabhava is something that is not that easy to even get over, even, seeing
Dhruv
the Lord.
forgot what to ask when he saw
Yeah.
the Lord.
Yeah.
So he was reminded by touching the. Come on, speak up. Then instead of speaking up, he expressed the regret. Right? So at that time, having the audience of the Lord, he is considered to be the devotee. But he's a Sakam devotee. He understood the Sakam Bhakti is very dangerous. It will go against you.
So Sakam Bhakti is basically because he approached the Lord, he wanted some material benefit. Okay, that helps Maharaj. And then the second question I had was, when the Lord granted him Dhruva Loka, Prabhupada says in the purport that this Dhruva Loka is not a planet of material world. It is a Vaikuntha planet from spiritual world, and it does not annihilate even after uh, the total annihilation. So how do we understand this? What happens to Dhruva Loka? And is it one of those Vaikuntha planets that we know in spiritual world? Every avatara of the Lord has a Vaikuntha planet, and then the devotees of that avatara, when they liberate, they go back and live there. So how do we understand
Yes.
Dhruva Loka?
Dhruvaloka was the ultimate of all Sakam Bhakti, right? In Vaikuntha also you go with Sakam Bhavana. There are four types of liberation in Vaikuntha Loka. Sarsti, Samipya, Salukya, and Sarupya. All four kinds of desires are fulfilled. Now, Dhruv has these desires, all the opulences. So, but Dhruv was a devotee after. He had to take up the responsibility of Dhruvaloka, and everything will be coming under his. Yeah. It was almost like Brahmaloka. So he got the duration of life as long as Brahma, as long as Brahma's duration. So, but why it is Vaikuntha? Because his desires were fulfilled, and Krishna has to create a special planet for him. And all the planets will be circumambulating around him. Right? That means in the material conception of life, the highest position one can achieve is Vaikuntha. can go to Dhruvaloka also. So identical, otherwise devotee, uh, those who are liberated, they will be going to Vaikuntha. But this was identical to Vaikuntha Loka because Dhruva is supposed to be there. He is not Vishnu. He is not Vishnu, but he got the opulences and everything of Vishnu, right? So he has a duration of time. That means it's still material and it is still right there. Dhruvaloka is there and all the planetary system rotate around him. Means all the planetary systems where the Sakam Bhakti can be done, they can go to Dhruvaloka. Identical. Dhruv was not alone in Dhruvaloka. So I think it's a semi-liberated loka, semi-liberated. Otherwise, why should he come back to his father's place and fight in this planet with the yakshas? Yeah, but he was not liberated. He was not liberated. Therefore, he asked the benediction that Maya should not affect him. I mean, he will not be deviated from the bhakti, okay? That was his desire. Please protect me from Maya, that I will not become succumb to the Maya. He said, okay, but go and rule. But there were so many other characters like Chitraketu. He got educated from Shankarshan, Anantashesh, and he was sent back to rule on the earth. And he has to be in such opulence with a lot of his consorts were there. Then comparative situation, you will see they were all enjoying in playing and coming and happened to be in Namisharanya where Lord Shiva was discussing transcendental topic, but at the same time he had Uma on his lap and he was embracing her. And seeing this situation, it's quite an extraordinary, characterization is there that he happened to laugh. And Shivji, being a devotee, understood it's not his fault. But Parvati took its fault. And this is her rule in the material world. Lord Shiva is only one of the regulator, but Prakriti is the ruler on behalf of Lord Krishna. So she would not, listen to Lord Shiva. She cursed Chitraketu that you are insulting. She took an insult, right? And this is a kind of what we call a mixed up behavior. To come in contact with the modes of passion, and even though they are devotees, they have to be very careful. But nonetheless, when he heard the curse, he took it. He came before Parvati, Mother, thank you very much for cursing me. Uh, but I am not afraid of your curse. I am not afraid of your curse. And Lord Shiva said, look, Parvati, he is a devotee. He is fearless to go to hell or high water, but he will not give up devotional service. So in the body of Vritrasura, he still remained pure devotee. While Indra is another character. How come a demigod like him? But that's also a correct situation. Huh? Even Indra was told how to kill Vritrasura, but he would forget. Seeing Vritrasura, he will tremble. It's such a formidable situation, you know. So the important point is that devotees are there. Vritrasura was then, you know, paid up his dues for material reactions, but he was not afraid. Huh? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mama Janmani Janmani Bhavati Bhavatat Ahitu Kisvai. Life after life, we don't care. Yesterday I asked a little child, are you afraid of Nrsingadev? He says, no. That is the situation. Devotees are fearless. They are the most intelligent persons who know Krishna. So you can't compare pure devotee, and we will be always encouraged by such characters, you know. Suppose if you have got chance to follow in the footsteps of Dhruva, would you do the same mistake? No. Would you also call Sunita was also a pure devotee? Yes, she was pure. But she could not become the spiritual master. She was instructing spiritual master. And therefore, spiritual master is one, whether they are instructing or mark pradarshak or whatever initiating. Spiritual master is one by the quality. And they may shine up to certain degrees as the time requires. So we have to understand the importance of spiritual master, and we have to be respectful to all who are helping us to develop pure devotional service. All right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have one thing to ask, Prabhuji. We discussed just now about the pujaris being called as professionals. Whenever we expect something and they say that now we are in the profession. So maybe an advanced devotee may understand to distinguish between, just like a swan, to how to distinguish water and milk. They will see only what milk is taken and water is left. But for the new generation of devotees, especially the younger generation, when they see this, So they will only think that bhakti and going to temple is commercial. So how do we educate the next generation that you need to cultivate more to look into positivities than negatives, because everywhere they are seeing that money, money, and only profession, people want money. So how can we tell them? How can we educate the next generation?
Not by rules and regulations. Rather, Prabhupada already said in his books, and we must take adequate care of those who are willing to do pujari work, you know, and everything has to be maintained for him. Our temples are, when they are in crash management course, they are not coming out from that. What to speak of instituting, you know, care that Srila Prabhupada did himself. It was simple, but we are becoming so complicated that we create problems. And Prabhupada is not responsible for that. And we can't juggle and keep on balancing. And you can't preach also because there are controversies all around you happening. Right? So, but pure devotional service is to retire from this, politically created situations. Institution is required, but uh, if they retain Srila Prabhupada's standards, even Kirtan standard they cannot come up to. You know, they became professional. Our children became professional Kirtaniyas. And they live on the income generated from that. A big, big show, big, big organization. And we watch them every day on the video. We are not professional reciters of Bhagavatam. Neither we are professional singers. Professional kathakars go for cruise katha, aeroplane katha. Murari Bapu said this strength in, I think, 80s, middle 80s. The Tower Airline was coming up. So they said, can you take out all the seats? and keep only few. We'll charter the whole plane. And they did it around the world in 7 days. And everybody and anybody, they are doing cruise katha. We are going in the cruise. Means side business is there. People want it. They want to spend the money like that. All right. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can speak?
Maharaj, I had the same, I want some little more insights on the same topic as Prabhuji asked about the professionalism. So I see that um, that professionalism, it is taking away the mood and the authenticity one requires, and the sincerity for a devotee, and and it's basically putting up a show, which is not at all what we are meant to do. Uh, at the same time, I see that some devotees are trying to institutionalize things um, because of the possibly the need how a society as big as our ISKCON society has to work. It needs an institution, and there will be. I mean, there's probably need of institutions at different levels. So how is that? How do we balance the?
Devotional service is a continuous and eternal service. All right? It's a pure, but when we have ulterior motives, it pollutes, it doesn't retain its purity. Nobody can vouch that uh, they are doing pure devotional service in the cruise. All right? It's conventional. But devotional service is continuous and unhampered. Huh? Ahaituki apratihata devotional service. Yayatma suprasidati. Causeless and uninterrupted. You can't have cruise uh, more than certain days. Nobody can afford it. However, billionaires are there. They can't even. So it's all limited. And that is, uh, it is pratihata, always being disturbed. You have to change the situations. But ahaituki means causeless, and apratihata means continuous, no interruptions, by which the Supreme will be satisfied. That is pure devotional service. You can't say different varieties and whatever we are putting as a present uh, conventional shows, either for fundraising or this, and they are not pure devotional service. But yes, uh, it is time being when you want to do something, you need funds. And you may employ somebody who is trying to do the service, but not to compensate with pure devotion. It may be a purposeful, uh, gainful endeavor, but we are supposed to teach only pure devotional service. In Srimad Bhagavatam, professionalism should not be brought into it. Right? So, Anya Abhilasha Shunya. Gyan Karma Dhanavratam. Anukullena Krishna. That is Anukul to Krishna. Yes.
Doing some sort of service or say real example in temple or so, when we're doing the service is the kind of the we of course the attachment is for the service. Okay, I'm doing something, but where we can draw the line, this is service is being done for the pleasure of Krishna, not for the pleasure of myself and the possession. So then overcome like destruct to others. Like
Okay. Do you think Krishna has not drawn the line for us? Why do we have to draw our line, which may be in conflict with Krishna's lines? Where do we draw them? Our Krishna has already drawn the lines. Pure devotional service will start after we get rid of bodily conception of life. Because they are the stumbling blocks. They are the cause of our miseries right from the very beginning. Huh? But if you go beyond, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if I am situated in pure devotional service and external bodily conception is not going to disturb me, I want to come again and again just to preach your glories.
So my point was, Maharaj, we say dasa anudas.
Yes.
Our bhav should be there. Okay, for this service I'm doing for the Krishna's, for the devotee's pleasure. But sometimes we show up, but not actually the inside. We show up, yes, we show up, but
then
it's
we
not
should
inside.
not rush. We should not rush. We should accept our limitations and be humble about it. But you can't change the standard and desire of Lord Krishna. You can't twist his hand and bribe him a shortcut. And no. We should be ready to suffer for the sake of Lord Krishna, birth after birth. That's the pure devotional service. And if we are in that path, at least some portion of our life towards the end before we quit the body, that will be a big dent. So at the time of death, we don't have any of these connections that were limiting and you are trying to draw the line. No. At that time, you cannot draw the line. So better wholesale surrender should be there. Without any hesitations. That, yes, I'm sure to go. I'm sure to go. So why don't I surrender cent%?
I'm thinking, Maharaj, sometimes when I see or realize
Yeah,
a
but
little bit.
if you take your chances for say certain span of life, oh, I'm 60 only, why do I have to worry now? Okay, then grow slowly and approach. But when it comes, yeah, it comes anytime. So the most important thing is that we should know the standard of pure devotional service, at least in our mind, and we should not take disadvantage of that status of parabhakti for anything else, for subordinate reasons. It's just to please Lord Krishna is the only yayatma suprasiddhati. Savai punsam paro dharmo. Yato bhaktir adokshaja. Adokshaja means the one who is only perceived through transcendence is beyond our vision. Adha means below. Aksha means eyes. Ja means generated. The absolute truth is said that if you have a lamp, underneath the lamp there is darkness. Right? Yes. Diya ke niche andhakar. He is the whole. So it's our material life is there. If we are awakened, then material life should not exist. If we are partially awake, then we should, remain humble that I have not yet. But the standard should not be changed. The cardinal truth remains the same. You may do detailing, but principles cannot be changed. Siddhanta baliya che vicharna kar alas. Never become complacent in application of the Siddhantas. Siddhi anta, Siddhanta. The conclusion of all the perfection is called Siddhanta. Krishna is all perfect. And Anukulyena Krishna, in favor of Krishna, Bhaktir Uttama. Bhaktir Uttama. So, the line has already been given to us. Now we draw our lines, means our conditioning. Right? Can you impose our conditioning on Krishna? No. It doesn't mean that Krishna is not listening to you. But at the same time, we have to approach our process that because it is perfect. I may be imperfect, Prabhupada says. I may be imperfect, but the process I follow is perfect. Therefore, we can't meddle around with the perfect process. So we discuss only Siddhantas, and try to explain in understandable way, simplifying. But you can't change the principle. Details can be different.
The specific, sometimes like lecture reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, when we think of how Amrish Maharaj, uh, Parikshit Maharaj, in the current context, like that, like these are the story maybe many thousand years before, even though the Prabhupada, how much challenges he accepted. In the life coming so many problems in the day to day, the grihastha, temple, service, work life, how we can accept, okay, this is Krishna's willing, maybe this time to remember Krishna, just hold on, take a deep breath, and then see how far they can go.
Everything is depending upon the mercy. And mercy flows from Krishna through Guru Shishya Parampara. So we should be thankful. If there is no mercy flowing, how are we existing here? We are all made up of mercy of Guru and Krishna. Ritviks do not agree. If Ritviks claim that they are following Prabhupada's instructions, 100%, then uh, why would it not be? But they are not following 100%. They are no better than ISKCON devotees either. If they are sent person following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, where this 700-foot temple, high temple, has come about, Prabhupada never asked for. It's a commercial enterprise. He has commercial kitchen. At the best, is a nationalistic person. All right? Do you want me to chant Mahaprasada Govinda? I know, the movement goes there. Half of the population has gone there.
All right. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for such nice Bhagavatam lecture, and thanks to all of devotees who joined this morning. So, program is prasadam. We have light prasadam. So, anybody can chant. Yeah. Govinde namo brahmane vaishnave swarupam sarira
Jive pele vishaya shogore taramatya jivati loba mohe shudarmati take chetal khati na sansare Krishna balodaya moy kari bari divajay sa prasadan divo bhai sayana